In this short presentation, we will explain to you the business model of Ryanair using the business model canvas. Founded in 1985 in Ireland, Ryanair is currently Europe's largest airline with over 106 million passengers a year. They perform point-to-point short-haul flights. Let's have a look at their business model, beginning with the right side of the canvas. The customers are fare-conscious leisure and business travelers. They target the mass market. The value proposition is to offer the lowest fares in Europe. As this is quite challenging, Ryanair designed all of their parts of the business model specifically around the ability to offer low prices. Ryanair uses a website and a mobile app, which are cost-efficient ways to address the high customer volume. They mainly rely on the website to obtain their customers and sell tickets. In contrast to other companies, Ryanair sells the tickets directly to the customer and does not work together with any travel agencies. They also have a customer service number. As this is more cost-intensive, it is not free of charge. The customer relationship is largely based on self-service. Additionally, they use some automated services like a personal profile that customers can create on the website to manage their bookings and access other customized services. To cut costs, Ryanair does not maintain a direct relationship with its customers. As exemplified by the charged customer service number and high fees for services like counter check-in, they set barriers to maintain distance and try to educate the customer on being efficient. The revenue streams can be divided into two segments: scheduled and ancillary revenues. The scheduled revenues comprise 75% and come from the tickets sold. The price of the tickets increases the closer it gets to the flight date. Ancillary revenues comprise 25% of extra services associated with the flight, like excess baggage fees, seat reservation, and food sold on board. They also found other ways to generate revenues by cross-selling travel insurance, hotel rooms, and car rentals. Now let's take a look at the left side of the canvas. Ryanair's key resources are the aircrafts, airport access, and their staff. They use only one type of aircraft from Boeing, which allows Ryanair to cut costs for training and save fuel. Ryanair just ordered a new version of Boeing in bulk, resulting in a bulk discount. In addition, they only fly from secondary airports, which reduces airport charges, and they only have one class of passengers, which capitalizes on seat capacity. Long-term contracting for key assets such as airport access reduces the cost further. Ryanair's key partners are the secondary airports, Boeing, hotel, and car rental companies, and their food and duty-free suppliers. The main costs are fuel and oil, airport fees, route charges, and staff. These are fixed rates due to determined routes and aircraft-related expenses. As the fixed costs are dominant, Ryanair tries to maximize the economies of scale, meaning that Ryanair wants to utilize its main resource, the aircrafts, as much as they can. Therefore, the key activities are minimizing the time the aircrafts are on the ground at the airport through efficient maintenance, boarding, and loading procedures. These activities help Ryanair to achieve high turnover on their airplanes, minimize airport charges, and offer frequent short-haul flights. Within their business model, Ryanair combines different patterns. The customer segment shows that they use the target the poor pattern. Furthermore, Ryanair utilizes the add-on pattern. Any additional features are charged in excess of the set fare. Looking at the revenue generation, they utilize both the cross and direct selling patterns. The combination of the patterns show that Ryanair is innovative in finding ways to keep the fares low. Other examples for this are the early introduction of the online check-in and hand luggage only travel. Ryanair does have a few weaknesses. They are highly dependent on the European summer, as this is high travel season. They also have somewhat of a negative brand perception, as they do not place an emphasis on customer service to keep fares at their lowest. There are a few possible threats that could influence Ryanair's business model. The cost structure is affected by changes in the cost for fuel. This depends on the situation in the Middle East, which is influenced by politics and economics. Additionally, the fuel is traded in dollar, whereas Ryanair mainly generates its revenues in euro and GBP. When the dollar gets stronger, Ryanair's cost increases. This would make it necessary to pass on profit or increase the airfare. Air transportation is affected by different kinds of regulation and government control, which includes route charges, airport spots, taxes, and regulation regarding emissions and noise. Further regulation in these fields could affect Ryanair's cost structure and its key resources. Moreover, environmental regulators attempted to tax air travel for pollution, which would translate into higher fares to customers. The increase in taxes has led to Ryanair joining with their competitors in asking for the reduction of taxation, as it is having a negative effect on the industry. Furthermore, dropping price sensitivity due to the economic recovery could shrink Ryanair's customer segment. Another threat is coming from the market itself. The entry barriers are very high, so Ryanair does not often face the threat of new entrants. However, the existing environment gets increasingly competitive as traditional airlines are launching their own low-fare airlines. An opportunity which would increase the mass market is the European traffic growth. The continued European crisis increases the demand for low-cost travel as the customer gets more price-conscious. Ryanair's value proposition is well suited for this. Further technological developments, e.g. coming from the digitalization or more efficient aircrafts, would enhance Ryanair's key resources. In conclusion, Ryanair's biggest strength and competitive advantage are its low unit costs, which are the lowest in comparison to other European airlines. The internal consistency within the business model, with all blocks focusing on creating increasingly low costs and fares, makes it a self-reinforcing model. As long as their business model keeps resulting in the lowest unit cost, the competitive advantage will be preserved and Ryanair will continue to be successful.